All right, so I have night terrors or sleep terrors, as they're called, and they're kind of scary. You know, they're terrors. Anyways, I'm just going to kind of talk about my experiences with them as opposed to what you may or may not read in a book or whatnot. They kind of differ from nightmares in opposed to, in a nightmare, you can just kind of wake up. I've had nightmares, they're not really that bad, you know, maybe something you're falling and all of a sudden you hit and wake up, or, you know, something like that. It's kind of a nightmarish thing. A night terror, however, in my personal experience, consists of me trying to do my very best job to end the situation. However that may be. I may be running away from it. I may be shooting my way out of it, fighting my way out of it, kicking, screaming, whatever it may be. This is my way of getting out of it. And oftentimes, most oftentimes, I cannot move in my dream. You know, I'm having these old night terrors and I can't go nowhere. I'm just stuck. And then it kind of makes me more anxious. You know, it's like I'm trying to move my arms and fight this dude, but my arms ain't moving. You know, I'm trying to run away, but my legs ain't working. You know, whatever it may be. And that makes me like even more anxious. And so that's what I feel on the inside. However, on the outside, my wife tells a different story. You know, oftentimes I'll kick and I'll be fighting and hollering and breathing real hard, breathing real fast, or setting up real quick. I've never gone running. I've never run off. I've never got out of bed. I've always stayed in the bed. But oftentimes I'm fighting and kicking and screaming in the bed, and this is going on. So, you know, and let's go ahead and make the story a little bit better. Me and my wife never lived together before we got married. And so, never living together, you know, she finds out after we done got married, oh yeah, I've got night terrors. I forgot to tell you about this. So, she kind of come into it, you know, after getting married to me. You know, I guess that was kind of my bad. I probably should have told her about that. But anyways, as I've done a little bit of research, I've come to find out that oftentimes this affects women. Doesn't affect men as much, but I can tell you, it'll affect men as well. I do not have some sort of PTSD. The traumatic events that I've been through have happened after my realization of me having night terrors. A lot of times children will have them and they'll grow out of them. I did not. My oldest, I believe she's had probably one or two, but they're not very frequent, which is kind of good. So I hope that she grows out of them. My mother and my sister both have them. It's got a family history of night terrors, and at least me and my mother can talk about how our experiences are kind of the same, where you're trying to move and trying to get away and you just can't move. However, on the outside, your legs are just kicking or running or fighting or, you know, whatever you're doing on the outside. And so, you know, I bet to watch one is probably a pretty interesting, to say the least, thing to happen. But, you know, to have one, at the end of them, I'll be honest with you, I'm tired at the end of one. I mean, they don't last but maybe a few minutes. You know, I don't know, dreams kind of exaggerate your time frame. But, I mean, you're tired after you have one. You just sore. I had one about a week ago, and I was running, you know, I never left the bed, but I was running in the bed. I was trying to get up, sit up, and hollering. And at the end of it, man, I was sore. It just felt like I'd worked out all night, you know. But really, I hadn't really. I just had a night terror for about 2-3 minutes. You know, my wife, she'll try to wake me up. She says I start to breathe real fast and real hard whenever one's coming on. If she can wake me up while I'm breathing real fast and hard, she can typically get me out of it. But if she don't wake me up, or, you know, she's getting to sleep herself, I'm just going to have the terror itself. And you know, I'll wake up a little bit later, still be sore and whatnot. They just, man, they hurt, man. You know, I've never been to the doctor about one. I've never had a sleep study or nothing like that. I don't believe I need anything that much because, like I said, I don't go anywhere. There are people that will physically get up out of bed and go. I don't do that, luckily. I have never done that. So, fortunately for me, I've never really thought, you know, maybe I need a sleep study for this. I just kind of fight myself in the bed, you know, and that's what happens. So, if you got night terrors, you're not alone. I'm with you. I got them myself. I ain't really nothing to be embarrassed about. Ain't nothing you can really help. So, like I said, I ain't got no PTSD, so I can't relate it to that. I can say this. If I eat late at night, if I eat something late at night, like let's say my bedtime's 9 and I eat at 8:30, you might as well go ahead and set your watch. I'm about to have one here in about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm gonna scare the fool out of whoever's watching the bed. So, eating is definitely a trigger for me. So, that's what I got for you today. Let me know if you got night terrors. Let me know if you don't have night terrors. Let me know if you want to see somebody have night terrors. I'm not going to videotape myself having a night terror. It's not going to happen. You can forget it. But, hope it helps. Thank you much.